We are in Bahrain for the first race of this season, and got some new drivers in. Let's see what they can do. And for your commentary this evening, you got myself, Bagpuss, and Mary. I'll leave it just at Mary. And what did you do in your break there, Mary? As we got some space to fill.
Well, after you went missing from commentary, I've called off the police searches and all the hounds. So yeah, no, I basically just worked. Unfortunately, nothing entertaining, nothing interesting. Just worked. But happy to be back for a new season. Hopefully, these guys can provide us with the flagship that they are, and provide some good racing, some good moves, some interesting strategies, and hopefully some rain in Bahrain. That would be interesting.
But yeah, no, that would certainly liven things up.
It would certainly liven it all up. Obviously, Bahrain's quite unforgiving in the dry, let alone if it's in the wet. But plenty of opportunities to spin off. I think we've all been victim of, was it turn 13 you were saying earlier?
Yeah, turn 12. Turn 12, that curb is lethal on the inside.
And also turn 10, isn't it? Turn 10 as well, the double left-hander.
Yeah. Well, so what do we think? Do we think Sem is going to pick up where he left off last year and romp away with the title? Do we think Lakitu, given a full season, is going to be up there? Simsy may be in with a shout. We got Deneen was in some good form. Verstappen and Spaghetti always pretty strong. Well, Spaghetti was pretty strong at the beginning of the last season. Or is one of the new guys going to come in and really shake it all up?
Well, it'll be interesting. Obviously, we've got Drop, who's driving in the Red Bull, I do believe, Red Bull. We've obviously got Justice as well, driving in the Williams, partnering up to Neen, who's quite quick. We've got TTG Toxic, who is in the Mercedes. Apologies. You got Jusinovic. Apologies if I'm getting all these names wrong. Don't really care. So it'll be interesting to see how quick they are. And someone needs to turn off playback. Someone's obviously a bit too loud. Right, 2 seconds.
So, you're going to put it on Kuhn and I'll just talk through the lap.
Yep,
so, Kuhn is coming around the final turn to start his first flying lap. No, he's not. He's decided to put it in the pits. Installation lap only. Got me all excited. Let's see who we've got out and about.
Oppenheimer's on his out lap as well. He's just coming up, I do believe, to the last corner. So yeah, the final corner. So he's about to go and start his hot lap, Steve.
Yeah, so Oppenheimer coming around the final corner. I bet he goes and ditches in the pit now as well. Nope, so he's actually going to start, and he's on the hard tyre to start. So, interesting choice of tyres to start the race if he's going to go for it. Into turn 1, let's see how he does. He keeps it nice and tidy. And well out of there. So, turn 2 keeps it clean, the back end doesn't give out too much. Into the DRS. This one could be quite a difficult run of corners he's coming into now. Just needs to keep it off of this set of curbs, preferably on the left-hand side as he comes round. Just here. Or you can just put it on the curbs and completely destroy what I just said. Yellow flag in sector 3. Right, so down to turn 10. Let's see how he does on these hard tyres. They can't be particularly good going. They can't be warmed up too well yet.
I think you might have to turn your microphone down a little bit there, Bagpuss. You're the one that's getting the force feedback there.
No worries.
Hopefully that resolves that situation. Where are you on? Oppenheimer still?
Yeah, so he's just come around that turn I hate, turn 12.
So I heard you saying that he's on the hard tyres. Obviously the best strategy here is as a medium hard for time wise, but for pace and I don't know. I'm on the fence. Obviously the reason we drive in C4 is because we're not brave enough to make these medium to hards or whatever it may be, but no, I think there'll be a lot of medium to hards. I don't think there's going to be a lot of people going out to do softs. Obviously with the skill gap that there is in this league, I think they'll all be in the same category. I don't think there'll be, I'll be very surprised if there's someone starting on the softs. Let's have a look.
A 129.1 on the hards. I'd be quite happy with that.
Peasant. Well, I'm going to jump on board with...
smashed it on a 136.
Yeah, I'm just going to go on board with Toxic. Obviously his debut race. Does look like a bit of an invalidation there. He's gone over the curve of turn 2. He comes to turn 3. Looks like he has turned down his engine and ERS. So it does look like he has messed it up. But he definitely has now, as he decides to completely miss that corner altogether. What about usage? He's on the soft tyres, from what I can see. Maybe not putting in the... might just be putting in a banker, but hopefully must be able to be on the mediums. Doesn't seem to be pushing overly hard as it comes through turn 11 and 12. And one of the other new guys, Drop, decided to say that 128.7 is good enough. I'm retiring.
I mean, I do believe that Usinovic wasn't generally going to be in C1 to start the season, but I believe he performed very well in the pre-season races, and it's led to him having a crack at seeing how he gets on here. So maybe we'll find that he does actually vary a bit in strategy to the others, and maybe even a little bit of pace, but it gives him certainly a challenge.
Well, the 128.5 on the soft tyres as a banker, that's not too bad. Jumping on board with Just Sassas. I'm just going to call him Just. I'm not that linguistically inept for some of these weird names.
Or Justice.
Justice. In the Williams, flying down. I've come up to the final turn of turn 14. He is on a hot lap as well, on the medium tyres. Might be able to pick up the toe from Simply just on the, maybe just a bit. Hit the DRS and coming through a 128.3. Good enough for second place, so that is not bad at all. And Lakiti just comes behind with a 128.2 smashing that time. Where's the next one? We've got Cohen just finishing off his hot lap as well.
Yeah, 128.5. Just coming halfway around. He's coming up towards turn 10 on the fast lap of the team on the hards.
Let's see what Dean can do. So, based on last season, who do you think is going to be? Well, let's start with the drivers' standings. Based on the knowledge we had from last season, who do you reckon is going to be one of the ones fighting for the title?
It's a tough one. I think Sem, just based on outright pace and also how he's performed in the F2 league that he's run also, I think he's going to be a danger. Oh yeah, he was in that team, wasn't he? The junior Sauber Sem, wasn't he? Yeah, where he won the constructors solo. Who was his teammate? Some anonymous fella. But that aside,
he went missing.
yeah. So I think Sem's going to be there or thereabouts, but it all depends what sort of work they're putting over the break. I mean, Deneen was very, very quick on the races where it stayed clean for him, but he was very unlucky. Was it in Brazil? He was taken out.
He had quite a few. Brazil, it's Hungary as well.
Hungary's gone out, so I mean the results could have been there for him, and given a clean run of results, he could certainly be in for it alongside Sem and maybe even Verstappen. He's putting a very good time here on the hards. Maybe he's done some work on improving the consistency over the break.
Verstappen was the last winner for the old F1 F1 league, so he is the leading man. He finally got his win for last season on the final race.
So we can't call him the bridesmaid now.
No, we can't call him the bridesmaid anymore. No, he's now popped his cherry for race wins. So well done to him. I'm hoping for Verstappen. He's a nice guy overall. I think he generally races pretty clean. Again, he's a very consistent driver, but my reservations is that with Verstappen being a very clean and safe driver, he's a bit too safe. You know, I don't think he'll go for that space if he needs to. I think he maybe just lacks that part of his game.
Yes, but he was the winner of the overtake of the season last year. A moment I seem to remember you missed.
Now, out of fairness, I've asked for a recount on that because I believe that the judges were bribed. I do believe that there were some what's-its given to some of the judges. I don't agree with it whatsoever.
Usinovic on another flying lap, just coming around turn 8, I believe.
And he's on the soft tyres as well.
It's on the softs again.
he's obviously going for pole position, and he's mostly going to be doing like a soft medium, or a soft medium. So it'll be very interesting to see. He's come up to the end of sector 2, so we'll see how far he is in his time. Obviously, the idea is if you're going to be on the soft tyres when you start the race, you've got to get the getaway just touching it inside curve turn 12. Yeah, I know my stomach just turned inside.
He's teasing me.
The naughty little treacle. But that's what we need. We need someone that's going to be a bit flamboyant. We had was it Alpha Tricks last season when he raced? He was absolute beast, but he's not staying out for that lap, so he's come back. Strangely enough, Sem is on a 129 at P12 out of this elite group. I don't know. I think Nikita
Maybe
might
it's a
have
track that doesn't suit him.
could be very well. I think Nikita's going to have a good season this year. He was quite consistent last season. So it'll be interesting. But the constructors, I think, is going to be, well, if they can perform well, the Ferraris, Simsy and Sem. I do believe that they will have a very good chance of constructors. But then you have, like you said, you've got like sort of Spag and Chips, and who was his partner? I can't remember his partner. It was
Short.
Skyzy.
You got Spag and Short in the Renault.
Yeah, Spag and Short.
You got Verstappen and Skyzy in the Alfa Romeos, another good-looking team.
And that's if Skyzy can get back to racing earlier than mid-February, because obviously that's going to put them at a disadvantage. Well, obviously we had some latecomers. We've obviously got some of the newcomers as well. So keep an eye on Toxic, Justice, Jusinovic, who obviously are holding these 3, 4 and 5 qualifying at the moment. Drop, he's decided that 128.7 is the exact time that he wanted and decided just to leave. And then we've got the old faces of Optic and Owen, Deneen, Spagan, we found the chips, and Sem as well, the last year's F1, now C1 champion. Be interested to see if anyone watching.
Sem wasn't champion.
It was midnight, wasn't it? It was midnight.
Midnight decided he doesn't need to come back. He doesn't need to defend. He came, he saw, he conquered, he left.
He got grounded, didn't he?
Potentially.
Well, we'll stay on board with Kuhn. He's just on his first. Well, he's on a hot
another
lap
one
now.
that found a bit of form towards the end of last season, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, he was. He was in the mix. He was definitely in the mid pack, in the top 60, I believe.
He had a pretty good result in Brazil, didn't he?
I believe he got a podium, or just outside a podium. If memory serves me right, but I wouldn't trust my memory. It's getting worse with age. Oh, Sem put in a blinding time of 128.0 on the hard tyres as well. Kuhn is down by about 2 tenths on his time.
A 128.0 on the hards.
Wow.
It's unreal.
Well, from what I can get from Discord, apparently it's heavy rain in the race.
Well, that will certainly make things interesting, and if it is
But
heavy rain in the race, why are they all qualifying on the hards?
Do you know what? I was thinking that they're winding me up, because that's what I was saying, exactly the same thing. Why are they all qualifying on the hards? Bad
They
C1.
make you look like a mug.
Yeah, bad C1, bad. But no, it's still good. Obviously, whilst we're here as well, anyone that is watching this, there are spaces available in RLH. There are 4 different divisions, along with the F2 division as well. And also they do a bit of GT Sport. It's the LMP series, isn't it? So, if they get a chance, go over to their website, Racing League Hub, and just have a look. See if it suits your needs, and always looking for drivers. Always like to take on fresh blood. But we don't do Demolition Derby. If you want to do that, join AOR or WLR, whatever they call themselves. Where all the peasants like limitless race and all that. You don't want to go there.
Oh, so it took us a good 16 minutes to start
slating other leagues.
Slating everyone else.
I'm sure Freddie would approve. Well,
Yeah.
we'll jump on board with Spag.
Right.
He's on the soft tyres. So he's obviously looking to redeem himself after he said quite clearly and openly in a chat with myself that he was going to smash everyone in this year. So it'll be very interesting to see. But he's just gone out just to keep himself warmed. I think everyone's going to go out on the mediums. And as we
Probably
come to the
quite
last,
chilly in Bahrain. They just want to get out there and get some heat in the bodies.
exactly. So as we come to the last 3 minutes, we've got Verstappen, Lakitu, Toxic, and Deneen all on the outlaps. So your choice. Who do we follow? Verstappen, Lakitu, or whoever crosses the start-finish line first? Which looks like
Verstappen's on the mediums, Lakitu's on the mediums, Kuhn's on the mediums, Toxic's on the mediums, so they're all going to hopefully improve on their lap times.
Otherwise they'll be
Deneen's
starting on the hards. And this is the dangerous part of qualifying now. Everyone's going to be out on the track.
Around the last corner, turn 14.
Yep, we're going to jump on board with Verstappen, see how he gets on. Not known for his qualifying, but he's definitely got the pace. He does seem to do rather better on the harder compound tyres than he does on the softer compound. So, over the car there going to turn 1. We're short shifting down too quickly there. So it's important here to be gaining time through sector 1. Sector 2 is where you lose the most time through that triple left-hander. And he's 2/10 up on his time at the moment. So that's all good, almost 3/10. So it is looking quite good for Verstappen at the moment to have the provisional pole, but then you've got all the other drivers behind him who will be setting their fastest laps as well. So he needs to set the bar, he needs to set it high, no pressure. Taking the old esports line going through that turn 11. You go almost completely off the track and just cut that corner completely. So he's doing rather well, coming up to the last couple of corners. Looks like he's setting for like a mid 127 or a high 127. Just needs to make sure this final turn gets a good run. About to start finish straight. It does look like it's going to be a 127. A 127.3 on the mediums. And I think Lakitu, he's just coming around now, turn 13. The love of your life corner. There is someone in front of him, which I think.
You've got Toxic in the slipstream of
well.
as well.
Lakitu's actually 4 seconds down, so he's going to go for another lap, I think. So he won't jump on board with him. We've got Toxic just going around the final corner now. Deneen set a 127.5. And a 127.2 from Toxic. What a lap.
I think he's benefited there from the slipstream of Lakitu.
Well, there's nothing wrong with it. You know, it's not a panel situation. They're all entitled to do this. Simsy danger on his final lap now. Oppenheimer and Spag and Chips don't improve, they don't go out anymore, so they're starting back of the pack, but we've dropped to P10. Kuhn has set his fastest time of 127.5. Just trying to find the driver closest to the end. And that's going to be Usinovic. He's now comes turn 14. He's on the soft tyres, he's got to do a really good lap time. He's got to be in the 126s, but it doesn't look like he is. A 128.1 on the soft tyres. Bit of a disappointing lap there for him. I'm sure he'd be the first one to say.
Yeah, like I say, I think he had impressive racing pre-season, but I think he's come into C1 knowing it's going to be a tough one for him and that he's going to have to really be at the top of his game to score good points.
Absolutely. On with
but
Justice.
Fair play to him to really chuck himself in.
Yeah, why not? Well, Justice is 3/10 up on his time, so he's hitting the 120, well, the high 127s, and it's on the medium tyre, so if he could just find another.
Them and Sem's that looks like it's going to be a good one as well.
All the key to put in a 127.3. Justice comes over to 127.8. Let's have a look. Sem's just put a 127.2.03, and the only one left is, that's it, no one else. Well, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting indeed. So, leading the way is Sem in the Ferraris in the 127.2, just behind is Toxic in P2, Lakitu in P3, win the McLaren, P4 for Verstappen, Kuhn in P5, Denin in P6, Simsy in P7, Justice in P8, Jasinovic in P9 on the soft tyres, so he's going to be a bit of a disadvantage there, so he's going to have to race his heart out. Drop, who decided that to do one lap and that was it, in P10, starting on the hard tyres as well. Opiconome and Spag and Chips end up, tie up the end of the pack in P11s and 12 respectively. So, based on that, who do you fancy?
Well, Sem from pole has got to be probably the favourite now to go on and take the race, isn't he? I think he was strong last season. He didn't generally qualify that well.
No, that was Simsy normally, wasn't it? Simsy was the qualifier.
Yeah.
Verstappen's done quite well to actually get where he has as well, so that's not too bad. Toxic, impressive, you know, debut race, second place on the grid.
That was good pace.
And only beaten by 900 of a second by Sem as well, so there could be potential for a good battle between those two. Again, not really. There's only less than 2 attempts separating the top 4, and only just over 4 attempts separating the top 7, and only a second separating the top 10 as well. So it's going to be very tight.
The majority are going to be on the one stop.
No, absolutely. Whilst I'll get the setup all done. Obviously, formation lap. Obviously, RLH have a very strict policy. No overtaking on the formation lap. It doesn't gain you anything, but it can mess up other people's qualifying. But I think Simsy, down in 7th. Didn't really pay much notice to that. Simsy starting in 7th. Which is a strange one, because usually Simsy's the one that will be near the front. Maybe not a track for him. Lakitu doing very well as well. Denin, P6. It's going to be a tough one. But constructor-wise, it doesn't look like anyone there that's actually taking the forefront. So it will be interesting. Oh crap, just press the button. That's what you don't want to see, is when someone pushes their PS button. So, usually there's no turn 1 instances, but being with new drivers, do you reckon there's going to be a turn 1 incident?
I hope not, because we're low on numbers anyway, and a big turn 1 incident could mean everyone scores points that finishes the race. And we don't want it to be like that, do we? We want the last point to be fought for.
No, obviously, to be quite honest, I mean, 12 runners in C1, you know, you're looking at the F1 sort of numbers from last year. Ideally, I think RLH would like to have numbers of 15 plus at least, for how good these guys actually are and what they can do. 12 just doesn't seem justice, really. And after the first round of pit stops, sometimes it can get quite monotonous because you sort of end up trying to look for the smallest gap, and that gap could be 1 second, 2 seconds, and then you sort of, it's not really entertaining for people watching. But racing's different.
We've got a couple missing tonight, so maybe next week we might have a couple more.
I'm hoping so as well.
15 runners would be nice.
There we go. Got a better broadcast scan. So we go. 4 red lights, 5 red lights, and off they go. And who gets a good getaway?
Seems to have got a great getaway.
Yeah, Toxic has got a very good getaway. Verstappen's got a good getaway as well. He's up 1 position as they go into turn 1. No one off at the moment. All looking pretty good.
Seem to have been in the incident.
Sem.
He says, as there's a yellow flag.
And Sem, he's been hit by someone, but I don't know by who. I didn't see anything happen there. Maybe just lost the.
I don't want to say that's the commentator's curse, but I feel like
Yeah,
someone's cursed him.
yeah, well done, Backbus. It's all your fault. Although there is a bit of a scrap there between freeway scrap there at the back.
Doesn't seem
Spag
to
and
have got
chips.
any damage though, so long as he doesn't lose too much more ground,
He should be
he
okay.
might be able to recover from this one not too badly.
Well, Spag and chips making a very good start, going from P12 back of the grid to P9. As they come down, we turn 10. I don't think there's going to be many moves being made, but Spag goes to the outside, looking for a move on drop, but drops all over the back of Justice. And it's all now just a case of just keeping in, just taking, sort of taking all the road up there, all the track. And I do believe that Neat Drop has just got the move going through turn 13 as well. So a very brave move, but Spag is following through.
As well.
Yeah, he's going to go down inside, going to turn 14 now, isn't he? Yeah. And he's moved up to P8 now, and he can get on the back of Drop. But it does look like Justice got damage, and it's unfortunate. Sinovic,
do you think maybe he was involved in the SEM incident? If he's anyone that seems
could
to have
very
come
well be. Where did he qualify? He qualified 8th, so I can't imagine. Not when Sem was in P1. But we have got Verstappen on the back of Lakitu. So this is a chance now for Toxic to try and pull away. He's going to have to try and break that 1 second gap before the DRS is nailed in lap 3. Because if you get DRS on any of these straights, DRS zones, it is going to be quite powerful. Well, I think the first 3 laps are always quite timid, we like to say. Wait until the DRS comes in.
He's all over the back of Drop. Going up the inside, we think, into turn 11, is that?
Well, he must have. Well, this is the thing. Drops on the hard tyres, isn't he? On the hard tyres, so
he's got
he's
to make the ground up now, isn't he? I suppose.
Yeah, a bit surprised Jusinovic hasn't really made any progress. He's kept his position in P9.
Spag lost the back end of it there.
Might have been
a good drop enough to get back past him.
No, he's getting right on the back though. If he gets a better exit, he could very well get him on the start finish straight. Toxic setting a good lap there, but 1:31, the quickest lap so far. DRS is now enabled. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump to the front of the queue where Lakitu will be attacking as well as Verstappen.
Lakitu just doing Lakitu type things, keeping it clean, keeping it consistent, and keeping close.
Exactly, and he's catching, but I don't think he's going to catch him anywhere near, but we'll follow Simsy. He doesn't make the move. Spag keeping the race in line, so he's keeping his position. We'll jump back on board with Lakitu in the Verstappen battle, and Toxic as well. Denis not out of it, he's only 1.2 seconds behind. If these guys can start battling, he'll bring him straight into it, which will also bring in Simsy and Kuhn as well. And if Spag can actually maintain his pace as well, could actually bring Spag into it. Oh, there's someone there. Toxic just takes that corner a little bit too wide there. Go through turn 10. It's definitely going to be a track extension, which is going to give Nikita a good run. And Verstappen, so the gap is really tight there now as they come through turns 12 and 13. 11, 12, 13. Oh, Verstappen making a very brave move there through turn 13 and has just spun himself out. Oh, and he's hit Kuhn. He's hit Kuhn as well. So where Verstappen's gone for the move on Lakitu going through turn 13, he's been a bit of contact there, he's lost the back end of the car, and as he's tried to regain control, Kuhn has just gone into the back of him, and that is Kuhn race over and done with. Lakitu
move his car before people come around that turn because he was right in the middle of the track.
Oh, Simsy makes a nice move up the inside, but Denis on turn 1 making the switch back going through turns 2 and 3. Denis, I believe, is going to have the DRS, and Simsy just getting very close. But Spag and Drop are right on the back end of this battle as well, so they can definitely be up for points. Points for podium if anything else happens. Verstappen, he's again moving. I think that's Verstappen's race over and done with. If he's got any damage.
I don't think he's got damage. He looked like he's still got his end plates and everything.
very well.
But maybe just a bit of tyre wear as an addition to what he was going to have anyway.
I think this is going to be the start of C1 commentator curse. I think there's me saying I don't think Verstappen's got that killer instinct to go for a move where other people might not, and yeah, he's gone for a move.
Maybe what we need to do to even the score is say, yeah, Toxic, Nikitu, Deneen, Simsy, Danger, Spaghetti, Drop J, Jusinovic, Opika, Noam, and Just Assas. They really don't want to make moves.
No,
and
exactly.
That's all been covered, so now we can't take the blame for any of this.
There's a big battle now for P4. Simsy, Spag, Drop, and Jusinovic coming on the back end, but the Jusinovic's tyres will be burning up, and he must be coming in the next lap or two.
Simsy is turn one. Is he going to go for it?
Well, he's gone for it. He's going to get the switchback though. Toxic. Toxic's going to have the DRS as well, I do believe, so he might be able to attack. Right on the gearbox of each other. The Kitu going defensive, and he's keeping P1, so a good move there. Just following the guys at the back there, no other moves. So a good move there by Lakitu. But again, we saw this with Alphatrix last season. Alphatrix used to be quite happy to sit in P2 for the majority of the race, save himself up, and then when he was going to make the move, he made the move. So Toxic might be thinking, actually, I'd rather be sitting behind than in front. Save my fuel, save my ERS, and see what happens. Simsy all over the back of Deneen as well as they come through turn 10. Onto that DRS strike. Spag and Chips almost losing DRS with Simsy as well. Simsy's going up on the inside through turn 11, just pushing Deneen out a little bit wide there. So Simsy gets P3 with a good move there. So that's allowed Spag and Chips to cut in by 3 tenths behind those two. As we're coming up to the turn 14 for the Lakitu and Toxic battle for the P1. God, it's all go. Spag and Chips up 7 places. Yeah.
Stem's made up some very good ground. He's right behind Opika now.
That's good. That is very good. And Toxic, yeah, I don't think Toxic's good. I think Toxic's quite happy just to sit behind. I think maybe he just conserve his tyres. But Deneen looks like he's going to go back on the attack. Opika has overtaken Jusinovic, but I've not missed that. Oh, Opika is down. He's lost 2 positions as well. He's gained a position, lost 2. Must have been on turn 1. Deneen is now in P3. He's just overtaken Simsy, Danger, and fighting through the twisty section of sector 1. So going to sector 2. And Spag is right on the inside there. 8, I do believe. He's made the move, but Simsy gets a better run, gets much better traction. But it looks like Spag's going on the inside, going to turn 10. A brave move there. And Simsy's got a much better run, but there is DRS. Deneen is a bit of a sitting duck here because the 3 behind are going to get a triple. Well, especially Drop, he's going to get a triple toe going down there. Can't forget about Toxic. Oh, as Lakitu runs wide out of turn 13 as well, so it's going to be very hard to keep an eye on.
I was just keeping an eye on the Jusinovic and Opika. Jusinovic just come around that corner a bit hot, and the rear end has gone, and he's just drifted it round the corner. I don't know how he's kept that straight.
Yeah, those soft tyres have got to be gone now. Toxic, he was thinking about the move, but he just decided against it. Simsy Danger on the back end of Spag and Chips. Spag and Chips not going defensive. Simsy sent it up on the inside. A little bit of tyre rubbing there. Or tyre bashing. But Spag still manages to keep P4. Simsy again coming on the charge. Yeah, he's got the inside line. And Spag's going to have to unfortunately concede that position.
Drop on the hard tyres is probably in one of the stronger positions. There's not a lot of gap to P3.
No. There he is. And again, not being funny, but that could be a bit of a masterclass. Hasn't made any overtakes. He's just basically passed people on track. But Spag and Chips go wide out of turn 10, which will allow Drop just to inherit that position. Spag won't be able to get the traction down on the dirty side of that track. So another position inherited. But Spag does come fighting around the outside. And And Spag's tyres still will be still be the quicker tyre compared to Drops. That'll be very interesting. And Toxic's regained the lead over Nikita as well.
Hopefully it wasn't a very interesting overtake.
No, but this is the problem. We've got battles everywhere. Battles everywhere. Well, the gap between Nikita and Toxic and Deneen in P3 is, nearly 7 seconds. So,
well, Deneen, was unlucky there. He's just given DRS to Simsy, he was given DRS to Drop and DRS to Spag. He was just at the front of the DRS train. It was inevitable that something was going to happen for him there.
No, absolutely. And this could be just a cat and mouse game, really, isn't it? I mean, you look at Simsy now. He's got Deneen, who's going to go back on the outside in the racing line. And Simsy taking the defensive game. Very close battle there, but still quite clean. Simsy defends that.
What we learned last season was that Deneen is certainly not afraid of a bit of tyre rubbing. So,
no.
Not always the best person to try and be aggressive in the corner.
No, absolutely. I think Jusinovic's tyres have actually gone. He's dropped down to P11 now. So he's going to have to try and come into he's got to come in, I suppose if he gets to lap 10, he could put the hard tyres on and go for the one stop that way.
Yeah, I mean, 8 laps is probably
impressive.
The tyres he's qualified on as well.
No, exactly that as well. Right, how's Nikita doing in the battle as he comes down to the final turn? To the start-finish straight. Still within half a second. Can he make anything happen on the DRS straight? He's okay on DRS. Toxic seems to be saving, but Nikita is going for the attack. I know he must be an overtake, but maybe wait.
He's got quite a good drive out of the last corner. I think he's actually managed to do enough to protect himself from the DRS into turn 1.
Certainly has. Well, let's jump forward with Nikita and see if he can make anything happen. Going into turn 4. The Toxic defends that rather well. On board with Spag, he's got a really good run-off drop. He's managed to overtake Drop again. He's now into P5, chasing us to the back of the knee. Verstappen has come in. He's strapped on a set of hard tyres. So you can only imagine that's him to the end of the race. Not really much else happening at the back there, but we'll stay on board with Nikita. Nikita seems to just drop it back a little bit from Toxic. Toxic seems to be getting some good runs in now.
We might have missed something with Jusinovic. We were saying how he's done 8 laps on the softs. It looks like his current softs are 1 lap hold. But he's obviously pitted for 4 set of softs.
He has pitted for a set of softs. Well, there we go then.
Luckily, we're really conscientious commentators and don't miss anything. He's pitted 2 laps ago.
No, what this is a credit to the C1 league. There's been so much entertainment that we haven't even considered that there'll be pit stops yet.
He hasn't been interested enough to watch a pit stop like we were last season.
Oh, it's
got
got
to
to
stop.
stop.
Over the back of Spag again.
And, Nikita not making a move, but he could make it into the next DRS, but we'll jump on board with Drop. Drop's tyres now should be making the cut there. That's the changeover point where the hards will be on par for speed traction, where the mediums now. And Nikita makes a dive down through turn 4, down the inside. Toxic's managed to just keep the lead just. But I'll tell you what, coming from the 4 attempts back there, Nikita absolutely smashing that one. Jusinovic is putting the fastest lap on the soft tyres, the 10 lap old soft tyres. We didn't miss a pit stop. Right, so Nikita, again, this will be just a good chance for him to save some ERS. Maybe just go for these turns 11, 12, 13. Just save a bit of fuel and maybe go for another attack. Drop is gaining. He's keeping in touch with the likes of Spag, Deneen, Simsy. And I think this could come down to pit stops. How well they can make the tyres last, but Drop is in a really good position. Being on the hard tyres, he's going to have the medium to faster tyre for the second part of the stint. So I reckon if he can drive clean, drive with the consistency that he's driving,
We've
I
got
reckon
the
he
front
can
two
get.
in the pits as it stands.
Oh, they're both coming in quite well. 18 laps in the hard. It's not too bad.
There's no question of an undercut.
Well, the undercut can be quite powerful though, if you think about it as well. But Deneen and Spag and Drop are all staying out. Sem, the race leader. No, Sem isn't the race leader. Is he? Yes, he is. No, he's not. What's going? Oh no, that's right. It's me being stupid. Ignore me.
As I say, Sem's not been the race leader since we started.
Jinxed him. Yeah. There's a momentary lapse there. Well, I can only imagine Spag and Deneen will be coming in this lap.
You would have thought so.
And, well, this is a chance now. Drop's got to, Drop's got to try and make the move happen now. I know they're coming in the lap, but you know, maybe the 2-3 attempts it's cost him to be behind these guys. Could be the difference between a podium and, well, 6th place. You never know. Obviously, penalties will come into the fact and will come into the fray. But it does seem like Toxic had a really good pit because he's now 1.7 seconds ahead of Lakitu.
Yeah, Lakitu looked like he just got held up at the end of the pit. I don't know if that was waiting for someone playing cards or something, but he didn't seem to drop and go straight away. So maybe that's the difference if that's it.
I'll tell you what, Drop, that's a good bit of moving there. Make it get in the last bit of slipstream you can as they go into the pits. So Drop now, he's debut racing now, RLH for C1. He's now leading the race.
Or is it debut race in C1?
That's what I said, debut racing C1. Yeah, it's debut racing RLH C1. I'm not talking Morse code, it's just the names of the league.
Right, yep,
So
Sim has pitted, Spag has pitted, Sim has pitted, and dropped quite a bit.
They're all back out now. So let's have a look. Who's still waiting to stop? So Drop and Oppenau are going to be the ones. And it does seem. Yeah, we've still got the battle for, well, effectively the 4, 5, and 6. The key to, not the key to, Simsy, Deneen, Spag, and Sem. Spag just within the DRS range on Deneen, but Simsy seems to have either had an amazing outlap because he's managed to put a 2.3 gap between himself and Deneen. Although taking that turn 10 wasn't ideal. Spag just losing DRS now as he went through turn 10.
So, just thinking back to Brazil last season, we had Oppenau done about 690 laps on a set of tyres, didn't he?
He did indeed.
What do you think the chances are that he's going to run these hards and go onto a set of softs? I mean, if there's someone on the field that can do it, I think it's going to be Oppenau, but is there a benefit of doing so, or is he going to stick with the hard medium? He's probably going to fail.
I think it's safe to say if he can get a light enough fuel load and get within 10 laps of the end, I reckon he could. 9-10 laps. If he can stretch them tyres out for another 7 laps, I reckon he could put a set of softs on. Verstappen overtaken Jasinovic, who's on old softs now, I believe. Yep, old softs, 5 old
I mean, to
old
be
softs.
fair, Oppenau probably put the softs on now.
Yeah, let's be fair. You keep basically running the rims and just keep going. Spag and Chips making inroads on Deneen. Deneen not seem to be enjoying these hard tyres, losing pace with Simsy in front and losing time to Spag and Chips. Sem doing okay, doing a good job. He's slowly getting there, but these guys will bunch up sooner rather than later. But I think this is the time now for Simsy to try and get some breathing space away from Deneen. And maybe try and catch up to.
Simsy benefited from the undercut as well, isn't he?
Yeah, massively. I mean, that undercut was worth, well, in effect, about 2-3 seconds, wasn't it? Yeah.
3 seconds.
But Sem is now on the back end of Spag and Chips. So Sem on a recovery drive and doing a fantastic job of it as well. He will have DRS going into lap 15. His tyres, I do believe, will be a bit, well, to be more alive than Spags. Spags was only a lap old. I'm saying that, so's the Sems. I thought Spag and Deneen pitted 1 lap later. Ignore me.
Yeah, Simsy was bringing the lap earlier, wasn't he? I suppose Simsy and Sam are probably talking out the scenarios, which we know anyway, who's coming in when.
Yeah, these bloody Ferrari drivers, eh? Who'd want to pick to be in a Ferrari for Riskies? It's unbelievable.
Well, I mean, yeah, let's see if there's some fireworks like there was in Brazil. For the real Ferrari drivers.
Let's hope so and hope not in the same sentence, shall we? We secretly want it to happen, but we don't want it to happen. For the good of the league, we don't want it to happen. I don't think so. I think he's just going to save. Looking at Sem's ERS management, he's on 92% compared to Sem's 38%. I think Sem's just playing a smart game here, saving his fuel, saving his ERS. If he's going to make a move, he's going to make it stick. And I think it's going to be.
It's probably the stronger move, isn't it, rather than 10 into 11.
And all he's doing is gaining to 91%, and he's going to switch that to overtake now. He's going to have DRS. Spag is out. He's going to be quite helpless, and the move's relatively easy to make. Spag can't really do much about it, but get it back in his slipstream, get the DRS into the after turn. And what Spag's got to do now?
Track, isn't it? After all that spoil we were at the beginning, and now we've got little gaps forming.
Oh, I can smell electrical burning. Maybe that's not my PlayStation. Just bear with me a second, mate. 2 secs. Yeah, apologies about that. Yeah, my phone charged, so I just started smelling like I've just unplugged it. Yeah. And we'll bring you live coverage of my house burning down, as well as the RLH C1 debut race as well, the first race of the season 6. What a way to start it off. Instead of fireworks, you get a burning house instead.
So we've got Drop is now in the pits.
Well, listen.
No one's staying out. So, is he going to try and push it to the softs, whereas Drop has gone into the mediums?
Drop, where's he going to come out? Is he going to...
Well, I think P5...
I'll tell you what,
no,
that's not bad. He's got to stay ahead of... He's got to stay ahead of Sem. Oh, he's on the inside. Sem's going around the outside. Is he going to get DRS? He's not going to get DRS, but he's got a much better run. He's on the quicker tyres.
Oh,
Toxic's out.
What's happened?
What's happened? What did you do up Canoe?
He spun. He looks like he's hit the
Oh no. Oh, unlucky Toxic. I mean, racing really well. It's unfortunate, but he's given himself a good namesake. Let's be fair. You know, not everyone has a good debut race, you know.
No.
I'm thinking like of the likes of Deneen, you know, when he first came into, you know, his first race that he had, absolutely smashed it and decided to take his frustrations of winning the race out on the wall with his front right, I do believe, in Hungary. But I'll tell you what, Drop has got the drop on Spag. Spag is almost a second behind him, and he's on the hard, you know, he's on the slower tyres as well. And Drop could actually get P5 here with a good run out. He's got full ERS as well. Sem as well managing his ERS quite nicely. So this could be a battle I think Deneen could be in trouble with, because Deneen is being caught up at a rate of knots. Tell you what, if I have to say anything, I think I've been quite impressed with Drop's driving. You know, his first race. Not in the fact that he's done anything spectacular, it's just the fact that how consistent and how progressive he's been as well. Upper Canoe. Well, I was just trying to think, how long's the pit lane? About 24 seconds, isn't it?
I'm just going to say yes. I haven't got a clue, if I'm honest.
The harsh reality is, it's if Upper Canoe comes in now, the chances are he's going to be down behind the Stafford in P9, P8, sorry. But we've now got that four-way battle between Deneen, Sem, Drop and Spag. Spag doing really well to keep on the back end of Drop. He needs to get back in the mix of things. Because as soon as Drop makes the overtake, it could be a case of Sem following him as well, and Spag just being left out in the cold. He's 8 tenths behind Drop and very close to losing DRS. As soon as he loses DRS, that'll be game over. But we've got Deneen now, who is on the back foot, coming to the start-finish straight. He's going to have Sem and Drop with DRS and a full set of ERS as well to help him boost along. Deneen on 14%. Sem just going past quite easily. Drop just staying back a little bit. Oh, I'll tell you what, good awareness there by Deneen. You can see that Drop didn't brake properly there. So good awareness there by both Deneen and Drop. Good overtake by Sem, but Drop's not going to want to be stuck behind Deneen for long, as he'll want to try and make the move on Sem as well. He's on the fresher tyres, he's on the quicker tyres. He needs to make it work somehow.
So I just thought I'd ask Toxic what actually happened, and to be honest, doesn't sound like anything sinister at all. So he says he's doing the same thing every lap, standard to none, coming out of turn 4, yet this time the car decides to spin.
Oh dear.
It's just fine margins, isn't it? But absolutely gutting because he was having a great race.
It's a shame. Like he done really well there. He done really well. But it's now for Lakitu to lose. He's 6 seconds into Simsy. Drop is now, he's got to make this move on. Otherwise, we could be forced to be stuck behind Deneen for the foreseeable until he gets out of range of Sem in the DRS. But then I personally hate the mediums around this track. I think they're useless. I think the hards are a better tyre than the mediums personally. Deneen goes a little bit wide there, turn 4. Still manages to get a good enough drive away just to defend his position.
I think that's just Deneen. I think he's just having a cheeky tease there with Drop.
Yeah. Just 2 seconds, I'm just going to check the sound quality again. I'm going to leave it on Drop, mate.
Moment, it's a bit of a DRS train, so I can't imagine what's going on into top of the as long as you keep it clean. Just have to see if Deneen falls out of DRS range of Sem, which is getting close. Then maybe Drop will get an advantage for us, just make a move into the turn 1. Gnome's come into the pits as well. Though, has Deneen got DRS? He has just got DRS. It was showing him online as being a second interval to Sem, but he has just managed to keep the DRS. But it doesn't add up because Drop wants to make a move anyway. Drop going up the inside into turn 1, keeps it nice and clean. Deneen looking for the cutback, but I think Drop has just got that slightly better traction. He's probably going to get away with that. As long as he goes defensive, yep, I can't be Deneen making the move past him here, so he's just got to try now and make the inroads onto Sem and see if he can get back into the RS range.
Well, just be kept on Drop. So Upper Canoe comes out in P8 then, so he's done well. Is he on the soft? So that's the question.
He is on the softs.
So he'll be looking for the fastest lap then.
fair, if you're looking for the fastest lap, I think also if you're looking to make inroads, I mean, really and truly, yes, he's 8 seconds behind Verstappen, but that is, you know, surmountable, and then the rest are pretty close after that, so there's no reason he couldn't potentially end up P4, P5.
No, this is very true. Deneen seems to be having all sorts of problems though, because Spag and Verstappen are within a second of him now. But Drop is also only half a second, 5/10 down on Sem, and he's going to have the quicker tyres, he's going to have DRS, he's going to have plenty of ERS. Sem still managing to save a lot of ERS as well. And Drop put in the fastest lap as well for good measure at 1:30.1. He's going for a move, he brakes like, oh, there we go, lovely little move on the inside there, leaving plenty of space. Sem sort of gives the position up. I think he's going to go for a return, but no Drop with the DRS as well. Spag and Chips making moves on Deneen, and now Verstappen's turn. Deneen seems to be really struggling on these hard tyres. Really struggling. Do you reckon Verstappen's going to make a bit of a dive down at turn 10?
Well, I'm not going to mention Verstappen and overtake like you did at the beginning, but I think that Deneen appears to be there for the taking at the moment. I don't quite know where the pace has gone, but
yeah, it's sort of gone completely. And all this is doing is bringing Ocon back into it. I mean, he's only made up a second and, well, 1.4 seconds in that lap. Only 8 laps to go as well, and those tyres will go off as well. Alright, so Sem, he's managed to keep at the back end of Drop as well, staying within, well, just under 3 tenths. Making progress. He's going to have DRS. Ooh, Drop just sort of losing that, getting a bit of oversteer coming out of that final corner. Sem getting a much better run. He's going to have DRS, he's got plenty of ERS, he's going to the inside. He's now taking the position to the P3, the last of the podiums, back. And Lakitu's got himself a 3-second time.
No, I don't remember the last time I saw him.
Well, I was going to say, that's not Lakitu driving, surely.
It's Crazy Crumpet in disguise, Crazy Crumpet in disguise.
Oh, and Drop's made another move.
Deneen's got a penalty as well.
Oh, Drop's made a nice move. He going up on the inside out of turn 4 after the DRS straight, and has regained P3. A nice little move there. Went to the inside. Sem stayed on the racing line, didn't fight much, didn't defend at all. Verstappen struggling to overtake Deneen here, and I think it's because of the DRS train, really, isn't it?
Well, and maybe the other thing is, Deneen, we know, likes to get his elbows out, and Verstappen's really tasted a spin once this race. Is he thinking, I'm just going to go for the nailed overtake, I'm not going to try anything risky? It's too late in the race, and a finish in 7th is better than a finish in 10th. It's the extra points, isn't it?
Yeah, this is very, very true, but difference in points.
I'll say that, it's great drive out of turn 13.
Does get a fantastic drive to Deneen. He's not going to go defensive. Well, Verstappen is going to the outside, going to the final turn. He will have DRS. Oh,
big contact, big contact.
Oh, wow. Now, if neither of them have got damage, I'll be very surprised.
No, there doesn't appear to be any damage, but only to a bit of pride, I think. But I'm not sure there was any fault there. They were just side by side into the corner, weren't it?
Well, from my perspective, I think Verstappen didn't really leave him much option, really, there. But that's down for the stewards. It's not down for us to decide if a steward decision comes of it. But we shall see.
5 seconds back on those soft tyres, only 3 laps old, so it should still be making up good time.
Absolutely.
The closest battle was actually Sem behind Drop still.
Yeah, no, we're still watching him. We're on board with Sem. Spag was making ground up, but he sort of come off the back again, off purple helmet Sem in the old Ferrari.
So that's going to be the talk of the season then, Sem's purple helmet.
Yep, absolutely. But it's yeah, the knees. He's just dropped off Verstappen, so I don't know if the knee's got any damage at all. I wouldn't have thought so, because he was in front, wasn't he? Really, he sort of got pushed around. But again, I think it's just a case of Deneen not liking the hard tyres. Up at Gnome, only 4.7 seconds behind Deneen now on the softer tyres. We'll go to the tyres now. Sem has made another move on drop. And I can see this one being a battle to the end, but they could be just slipstreaming each other just to maybe catch up with Simsy. Thank you.
I can't recall seeing either of them at penalties. That doesn't mean they're not gone.
Well, I'm not going to look for penalties, and I think it'd be a nice little surprise for everyone else, really.
Yeah, exactly.
But I have to say, either Drop's not really getting on with these medium tyres, or he's playing quite a conservative game. Well, I think he's just quite happy and content being P3, P4. Because on these medium tyres, he should technically be about half a second faster than Sem or anyone on the hard tyres. Technically. But Verstappen is, well...
8 laps on the mediums, what are they normally good for?
Well, Spag's got a really bad run out of turn 10. Sorry to interrupt you there, mate. Spag got a really bad exit out of turn 10, and Verstappen just managed to catch him on turn 11. So well done to... we've got a nice little move there by Verstappen. Shame on you, Spag. Sorry, mate.
No, you can carry on. I was just wondering whether the tyre life, although Sem's got 12 laps on his hards, where does that relate to a medium lap time? You know,
Well, mediums
mediums
tend
on 8 laps is what, a third of the way through the life?
Yeah.
Maybe halfway through. I mean, he's on 9 laps now, so.
But then again, the hards aren't much better either. I personally, I don't like the medium tyres, and for some people, mediums work well for them. Some others they don't. But again, saying that, Jobs managed to get a good exit out of turn 3, going to turn 4, going down the inside, makes the move relatively simple. Sem's just going to sit back, and the unfortunate thing is, I don't think they're going to be able to catch Simsy, who's 2.5 seconds up the road. Simsy seems to be maintaining that gap quite well. It does seem like Lakitu will win this race, if barring any instances. You watch now, he'll spin out. Deneen trying to make a bit of a late comeback on Spag, just getting under that 1 second again. But I think Deneen's really struggling with those hard tyres. Spag unable to have a fight back with Verstappen. Verstappen doing a really good recovery drive after his lap 3 instantly, I believe it was. 3 or 4. So he's done really well there. And the battle of the hours for the final podium position between. But saying that, the gap between Drop and Simsy now has just dropped down to 2 seconds.
I'm not sure with 3 seconds, 3 laps.
Well, all it takes is a bit of a squirm from Simsy. His tyres
on.
are.
How aggressive Simsy's setup is. I mean,
well, this is the thing though.
His tyres are super aggressive, and his tyres could be gone, but I wouldn't have thought so.
He seems to be attacking the corners quite well, but again he's on a lap older tyres than Sem, and he's now approaching the point now where the hard tyres will start dropping off a bit like the mediums now. It does seem to be locking up a little bit on every corner. Oh, Dropsy almost losing the back end there. Get a nice good old tank slapper there. That's quite evident in the gap between Simsy and Drop now, going back up to 2.4 seconds.
So we'll be hoping he can just make his third place stick and a Ferrari 2-3.
Well, that would be very good for the constructors. Well, Spag's trying to impress someone because his talk of smashing this league wide open today hasn't really come true, really. It's been quite mediocre. He's done really well to get from P12 to P6, but not the heights that he was telling us about, really. As Sem is now making a move on Drop, lap 27. So he's regained that P3 position. So it is now technically a Ferrari 2-3 with Lakitu with the McLaren in P1. and Drop will have to fight back using every last bit of life that his tyres have got.
Will he leave it, do you think, to the last lap?
That's the thing though, it's not even that safe though on the last lap. Like, you think about it, after turn 13 you've got that long old straight, a good exit out of there, and also it's quite a bit of a run now as well, going down to the start finish line, turn 14. So it's not a guaranteed one to overtake on the last lap. Ideally you would prefer to be in front on the last lap, but it's not always the case. Drops. Car was screaming out then, he's just lost about 2 or 3 tenths there from Sem. But I'll tell you what, despite that, I think Drop's done really well actually. You know, P10 to P4. He's managed to do some overtakes, he's kept it consistent, no issues whatsoever. Clean racing as well between him and Sem. No dramas. Not a bad debut for Drop in the C1 league. Spag getting closer to Verstappen. 2 laps to go. Verstappen just trying to break the toe a little bit there. Going to the other side of the track. Spag has got not really much ERS left, but Verstappen's only got 6%. Verstappen taking a defensive line going through into turn 1. Spag's car went to do the hokey cokey before he starts putting some traction down. I'll tell you what, I think Spag's lining up for the last lap overtake, I think.
Could well be. Now, all of our finishers are going to get points. They're far enough into the race now. They have been for a while. They're all technically get points. So each individual will be happy with that after being quite basic C1 in qualifying.
Oh, absolutely. Well, Spag, he's made the move on the outside. Got a good exit out of turn 10. Gone around the outside of Verstappen as well.
On turn 10, he called that in the lobby area, didn't he?
And you know what? I didn't even get the move. I only saw him do the overtake, so he joked on him. But this is the bit for Verstappen now. What's he got left inside of him? He's lapped these tyres 3 laps older than Spags. He's got hardly any ERS left. They are coming up to the last lap of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Is there any fight left in Verstappen? Is there any fight left in his tyres? Drop seems to be dropping back. It's going to be an ongoing during the rest of the season. He's now behind Sem by 1.1 seconds, and it does look like we're going to have the battle for P5. Or as Verstappen brakes really late, they're almost going to the back end of Spag and Chips there. Oppenheim didn't really make the most of his soft tyres. Strategy, can't really say paid off, but it was a good drive to see. It was always good to see Oppenheim do his long stints in his hard tyres.
Yeah, it's not a massive distance off the lead, but I mean it's not quite worked out for him.
Well, this is the thing though, from the leader, let's have a look, this is the leader. For the top 8, it's only 16 seconds in it over 29 laps, and I mean that's quite impressive from any standard really. Shows you've got the right calibre, and you know the other guys that have 42 seconds, 47, been involved in instances, and maybe the strategy didn't pay off for them. So you take away a couple of pit stops there, you're looking within 18 seconds of each other, from P1 to P10, and that's what you want to see really. 10, well, more than 10 races, all within a decent racing competitive standard. Doesn't seem like Verstappen's going to be able to do much as Leclerc.
No, Sem is right on the back of Simsy coming into the last turn.
Well, I don't know if Leclerc's going to cross the line. He's going to win.
Is there going to be team orders?
No, Sims has got it. Sem in third. Drop finishes in P4, and Spag gets P5. Verstappen in P6. The mean P7. Oppenheim P8. Only a second. Oh, Oppenheim gets P7.
He's jumped to me.
Well, I think he got a 3-second time penalty, I do believe. Justice, and you're going a bit. Just coming around the last couple of corners now. Justice just coming around the last corner, turn 14. And, well, we'll say congratulations to Nikita. A solid race. Unlucky to Toxic, because I thought them two were having a really good battle between Nikita and Toxic. It's a shame. I think Toxic had a really good, was doing really well in the race. But the question is now, before we head off, who's your driver of the day, Mr. Magnus? It's toughy.
I am going to go with Lakitu's too easy, but I think it's got to be one of Lakitu, Drop J. Yeah, maybe even Verstappen on the... No, Sem actually as well. Sem on the recovery, onto the podium, having dropped to the back of the grid. Yeah, so...
I'd agree with you in Sem. I think getting P3 from, the incident on... Was it lap 4? 3 or 4? No, it was lap 1, wasn't it? Lap 1?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Verstappen.
2, lap 1.
So he's recovered going from last place to get a podium position. So well done to Sem. I would agree with you on that one. That definitely driver of the day. But no, well done to everyone in C1. The results are there. I'll best take a very quick picture of that. Put it on Discord for Mr. Fetty. But no, well done to all the drivers. And what's the next race? It's
next race is Baku, I believe.
Baku.
Yeah, we're going to miss a few this season and focus on some good quality racing.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much. That's enough from me and enough from my teammate, my partner, Magnus. And we'll catch you again next week. You promised not to say anything. Alright, well, should we catch you next week?
Yeah, see everyone next week.